We'll do a full warm-up, but first we'll just do a kind of breathing exercise, and also really great for the spine. The first thing is just bring the arms up in an arc like this. Here, stretching up, and then bring the arc down to the side. Here, all the way down. And then once you reach the side of the body, you're going to start to bend from the waist. And just let the arms fall down the knees, all the way down. And keep the legs straight. Keep the head relaxed, and just until the fingertips are just over the ground. And then what I want you to do is try and make contact with the mat, with the ground. And if you need to, bend the knees to do so. All the way down. And then once you've reached this position, what I want you to do is straighten the knees as far as you can, as far as is comfortable. And then start to peel the hands off the ground and start to lift the body up here. And very slowly raising the body up. Keeping the arms relaxed, shoulders relaxed, head relaxed. Just roll up through the vertebra. And just reach a kind of neutral position. And then you're going to repeat the same thing. So arcing up with the arms, right to the top. Have a sense of lengthening as you bring the arms up, bring the arms down to the body. Here, and then slowly start to bend from the waist, raising through the pelvis as you lower the arms to the ground. Keep going all the way to the ground. Fingertips just hovering above the ground. And then start to bring the palms into contact with the ground. Relaxing the head. Just hold it a few seconds. And then you're going to straighten the legs as much as possible. And then start to raise up, peeling the fingers off the ground. Raising up through the spine. Slowly, vertebra by vertebra, all the way up. Hopefully you should feel a little bit longer. And then just repeat. You're going to raise up through an arc, come down, and then find the stretch. Just one more time.
Okie dokie. That's good. Good.
Good. So just one more time for those. You're just going to raise up through an arc, raising, stretching in, lengthening through the body, drawing the arms down, rolling down through the spine, reaching towards the ground, making contact, and then peeling up slowly from the ground. All the way up, really slowly through the vertebra. Good. Just take a moment, really feel the lengthen. You should feel more length in the spine, hopefully. Slightly more space in the joint. Okay? Good. Everyone back. Good. Okay, so we do a full warm up. We're going to go bottom to top. So in this case, you're going to start with the toes. The first thing is just raising the toes off the ground. So keeping the soles of the foot down, the heels and the sole down, and you're just going to raise through the toes, really raising them off the ground. Yeah. Just a few times. Good. And then what you're going to do is you're going to raise the big toe. So only the big toe, raising up. Yeah, and then flatten down. And then you're going to keep the big toe on the ground, and you're going to raise all the other toes. So keep the big toe down, raise the other toe. That's it. And then do the same again, just raising the big toe, keeping all the other toes in contact. Good. And then the same, big toe in contact, all the other toes off the ground. Good. And then just side to side into the feet. You're going to go into the blades of the feet. So rocking each side. You can do one at a time, or you can do both together. The key thing is just going into the blade of the foot. So on both sides, the inside edge and the outside edge. One at a time or both together. That's it. Good. Good. Okay, just for the ball of the foot, just rotating into the ball. Good. and just changing size, just pressing into the ball with a circular pressure. Good. That's it. Good. Then you're going to take the toes, very gently just curl them into the ground. So not much pressure, just slightly bending the toes forward to the ground. And then peel them back. And just do the same. Just gently rolling the toes over. Good. And then just with the ball of the foot, the toes raised, just slightly stamp down. Just a few times. And then the other side, raising the toes, stamping down. Good. Okay, now you're going to raise up onto the toes. Yeah, and then you're going to come back onto the heel. So you're going to raise from the toes and then up onto the heel. So up and then back. Up onto the toes, back onto the heel. So make sure the toes raise as you come back onto the heel. The toes come off the ground. This is really for the shins. Starting to work up the body. Just a few times. Good. Good. Okay, to the knees. Just straighten the knees and just bend in the back. Pressure backwards. Good. Bending down. Here. Coming back. Just pressing one more time to the back. Good. And then you're going to make circles one way. Circle the joint and then circle the other way. Good. And then you're going to open the knees up as you go. So opening them out. Outside, this way, and then inside out, this way. So opening, closing to the front. Good.
Feels weird.
Good. Okay, now for the hip. The first thing, just have the hands down, starting to work into the hip, with the knee just raising up. Okay? Just raising up. So you're going to do 3 each side. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep the hand quite low, so it's going to raise up to the hip height. So just starting to open the hip joint. So just 3 each side. Keep the ground really in contact with the other foot. Again. 1, 2. Now the hands higher, kind of shoulder width, shoulder height. You're going to bring the leg up and you're going to bring it straight up. Okay? So the leg's about here, bring the leg straight up. Swinging it up. Try and keep the leg as straight as possible in this case. So just 3 each side. Change side. Keep the leg straight. Raising it. Yeah, and then just change each side. 1, 3. 1, 3. Yeah, good. Okay, splay the arms, kind of 45 degrees now. Can you do the same? Raise. Yeah. Keep the legs straight. 1, 2, 3. So really opening the hips. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Good. Okay, harder. You're going to go now to the back. So you're going to bring the leg up over now, like this. If you can, try and keep it straight. So you're going to do now is the whole body goes back. But really to open the hip joint. 1, 2, 3 again. 1, 2, 3. So really swinging out the back hip now. Just really opening the hip up to the back. You can really feel this into the hip joint now. Good. Good. Just one more time. 3, 5. Good. 4, 2, 3. Good. Okay. Now just to the hips. Let's twist in. Keeping the arms loose, heavy, relaxed. Really freeing the pelvis up. Good. Big rotations, really big. Good. Reverse the direction. Good. Okay, you're going to stretch right up and then curl over. So starting to go now into the torso and the rib cage. Rolling up, pressing over. Use the other hand to really slide down the body. If you like with this one, if you're very flexible, you can use the arm to slightly up and bounce. Bounce the body to increase the tension. So reaching up, rolling over. Create the tension and then just start to release it. One more time, raising up. Good. One more side. Good. Now with the rotation with the hands out, you're going to roll all the way to the back as far as you can. Hold it a few seconds, release, and then go to the other side. Release to the other side. Release. Release. Good. Okay, now raising up, stretching all the way down. Here, curling back up. Hands on the back, and you're going to stretch all the way up. Really opening the rib cage up and back. Yeah. Stretch up, curl over, curling back, hands on the hips, and then stretching up and back. Good. Stretch up, curl over, stretch back, hands on the hips, back and over. Yeah. Good. Okay, just for the shoulders now. Enter into a squat, and then you're just going to roll into the joint, really stretching it out. And change, stretching it out. A few times each side. Stretching it out. Good. One more time each side. Good. Okay, you go to the arms, just one side. Keep the arm very heavy. You're just going to roll it, kind of fast. So start slow and then build up the pace, or build up the pace, and then slow, slow, and then you're going to reverse direction, backwards. So starting slow, and then pick up the pace. Keep the arm heavy, so that all the blood should start to rush into the hand. And slow it down. Good. And change side. So first forward. Really into the shoulder joint. Try and really reach into the space in the joint. Slow it down. And reverse. Good. So really just now for the shoulder and the shoulder blade. Really opening out this way. Curling in forward. Really work into the joint. Good. And then reverse it. You're going to go now backwards and out. Backwards and out. Backwards and out. Good. Good. Okay, we're going to start to go into the forearms. You're going to bring the palms together, raise them up like this, and then you're going to squeeze them down. And as you do it, squeeze the shoulder blades together. So increasing the pressure into the joint here, and then bring it all the way down as far as you can. The further you can go, the more the stretch will increase. So really opening the shoulder here, stretching it in. Hold it. Good. Try and keep the contact with the palm. Good. And then slowly release it. Okay, now you're going to have the fingertips in contact like this. You're going to press so that the fingers come in contact, but not the palm. Okay. So you're going to start with just fingertip contact, and then make all the fingers come together and the thumbs, but not the palm contact. So really make contact into that fingertips and the fingers, but no contact with the palm. And then just come out, and again, press into contact. Good. Okay, just for the wrist, start with a nikyo, so thumb down, hand over the top, and just pressing in. Good. Good. Going to a kotegaishi, the same side. So this way, hand over the top. Good. And you're going to take the fingers, and you're going to roll it over backwards. Just a few times. Good. And then changing sides, so into a nikyo, hand over the top, curling it in. Just apply it a few times. Good. And then into kotegaishi, thumb over the back of the wrist. Just a few. Good. And then taking the fingers, taking it all over the back. This way. Good. Okay, with the hands, you're going to make fists and you're going to press the fingers out and then close them, press them out. Do this kind of rapidly so you can have it open, close. Really make fists and then splay them. Splay them. You do this kind of like this. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah. About 20. And you're going to do the opposite from open to close. So really pressing into the fist. Again, about 20. Good. Okay, just for the neck, you're just going to gently press the chin into the chest. Stretching down. Good. Okay, bring it back over. Pressing the chin up. Good. Okay, with gentle pressure, the opposite hand, just gently draw it over your ear to the shoulder. Good. Release it over the top. Good. And then with pressure just on the back, you're going to press forwards at the same time as pressing back with the head. So with the hands push forward and with the head push back. This way. Good. And then with the hands at the front of the forehead, you're going to press back and you're going to press in with the head. So this way. And really push against yourself in this way. Release it. Good. Okay. Just shaking the hands at the top. Really shake them out. Circle them at the bottom. Good. I'm just shaking the feet out. Really shake the whole foot. Try and get into the hip joint so that the whole leg should be loose. Good. And then just the whole body. Really feel everything's loose, free, open, but also heavy. Okay, good. We'll start with just some really basic movements, like a kind of anchor. So from here, right side, you're going to step in with the body and then curl to the back. This way. So one side forward, left side, you're going to enter into the body this way and then pressing back with the feet this way. So good, extension out, enter in, find the rotation. Nice and slow, grounded, connected. Yeah, keep it going, good. That's it. Good. Good. Try in this case, especially in the Tana Henko, the tendency is we have a kind of tension which comes from the partner gripping quite hard. What tends to happen is I go into kind of pushing and the arm being very stiff. And especially at the finish, this feeling of stiffness and pushing. So really kind of check that it's actually free, especially without a partner, you don't really have any tension at all. Just look for weight without tension. So in this case, the arms and the joints actually free. So this kind of thing. You'll see Saito Sensei does this kind of thing with his arm a lot, which means actually the joint's free. As soon as the joint's stiffened, I can't do this kind of freedom in the joint. So I really look for freedom and weight in the joint. So look for a kind of elasticity in the movement. curling. So curling into the joint. You know, really look for flexibility, elasticity. Is really what you're looking for. Good. Okay, you're gonna do now the other side. So you're gonna do the uke roll. So now you're gonna really grab and ground. So the first practice, like in the first the nage roll, in the case of the Taina Henko, is you're gonna ground and extend. And in this case, what you're gonna do is ground, and you're gonna grab with the feeling of the ground, pressing into the grab. And from here, you're gonna kind of mimic the movement. You're gonna roll in, and you're gonna stretch the body out. So you're gonna really ground, and then you're gonna really have a sense of grabbing with weight here. So solid, connected. And then you're going to really roll into the technique here. Yeah, so really try and picture the movement, strong grab, really fix the grab, and then really have a feeling of receiving the technique flexibly in the body this way. Yeah, so ground, take a strong grab, and then really feel you can flexibly move the body and take the uke. Yeah, give it a try. So this is the uke side. Receiving the technique. Aha. Okay, and really notice already, let's see. Notice already the tendency is to be out of balance. So I ground and then I grab like this, and then I'm already out of balance. Now, if I grab in a sense like this, I'm already out of balance. The technique is kind of unnecessary because the person's already actually lost their balance. So my work is very minimal. So in this sense, really have a sense of grounding and grabbing with a sense of being really imbalanced here, with a sense of really spreading. Yeah, in the same way that you would grab a bokken, like this or like this, in and out. So really have a sense of grounding and then grabbing. And then the feeling here is to maintain my structure whilst receiving it. Yeah. So really have a sense of ground, grabbing from a position of balance, and then receiving into the technique. Yeah, give it a try. So really look at your balance as you do this technique. So grab from the ground. Yeah. Yeah, good. Good, good, good. Good. Okay, good. So we're going to Marotodori, Kokyu Hall. So in this case, both hands are grabbed. Both hands are grabbing one arm. So find your extension. You're gonna sink in, lower the body, and then spiral to the back this way. And then with the extension pressing from the front foot, coiling over and finding the position down. So really with a sense of spiraling kokyu here, and then rolling from the ground here this way. And again, really just working on the center, balance, and flexibility. So the articulation should be quite free as well. Extension, roll in, roll back. Yeah, with a sense of the ground at the end. Yeah, give it a try. Marotodori Kokyu Ho. That's it. Good. Yeah, nice. So in this case, really like you're holding a ball. So in this case, it's really like that. The sun's in a bit in the way. You're going to really coil into the body this way. So the effect is to go run. What I'm looking for is to get underneath. So I'm getting underneath and then coiling underneath. And then from here, my weight's underneath the ball. What I do is press everything this way, and passive. So I have the feeling really from being on top, what I want to do is get the whole body underneath and then coil the body in a way that I get all the weight and extension underneath the object I want to move. And then from here, press from the ground and press this movement out. Yeah? Ideally, you've got a bigger ball. Okay, have the center of this. Rolling from underneath. Pressing from the ground. Yeah, give it a try. Yeah. Ha, that's it. Good. Mr. Man. Mr. Smiley. Mr. Happy.
A secret partner.
Oh, it's confusion, mate. Too difficult.
Yeah, that's it. Super nice. Yeah, great. Yeah. Yeah, so it's really great with a melon. Yeah, great. Great. Okay. So we'll do the reverse side. Again, you can do this without an object, but you might find this a bit easier with some kind of grab. So I'll show you the movement you can do again, grounding. And you're going to really get a sense of with both hands of grounding to the body with a strong extension which can lock the body, but is still kind of flexible. So coiling in, you're going to be affected by the center. So the center absorbs the movement. And then from here, the arms are going to be taken over. So the whole body's going to do a kind of corkscrew here and rolling back this way. You can do that kind of movement. So really get a sense of grounding again, finding the grip and really having a sense of grounding the grip in the ground here. Strong extension, but flexible. From here, you're affected this way, and then you're taken out this way over the top. Yeah. You might find this easier with, again, an object. So you can actually use a Joe in this case. So you grab it as if you grab the partner. You get twisted out, and then you get turned over the back. So you can try with both. This, you can really grab it. The Joe gets twisted this way. So the whole body coils. The whole body coils this way, and then you get thrown out this way. Yeah, give it a try. With or without the Joe, if you like. Practicing the opposite side. Yeah. Good. Okay, good. So when you do this, it's also quite interesting. Try and what you've got to do is you've got to exploit your own weakness in the grip. So really try and have a sense of, if I grip like this, where my grip is strong is here. So the grip is very strong this way, and it's also very strong in this direction forward. So I can resist this a lot. Where the grip is very weak is here, this direction. So very little force here really just destroys the power in the grip. So really have a sense in this where the grip is strong here. Here it's connected, but actually here it's very weak. So working in this angle, this, and then here working in this angle, right over the top of my body, this way. So really try and explore your own imbalance in this case. So the weakness in the grip, this way is not here or pushing or pulling. It's just by coiling the wrists here. So getting right in the middle of the grip here, and then waving over the top of the joint this way. Just like that. Yeah, give it a try. So kind of explore your own weakness in the grip. Yeah, that's it. Super. Yeah. Great.
That's it. Okay, good, good. So we'll explore two. There's sometimes a set that we do sometimes in winter when it's very cold, and it's a kind of a warm-up set. And the techniques, the first one's like a taina henko, like a tenshi nage. So it's rolling out to the side and then spiraling through this way. And it's really done in a sense as a back stretch for the person. And in my case, in the sense of the nage, it's really done for hip stability and good strong extension. So in this case with the jo, you're gonna take it like this, both hands like this, thumbs pointed. Have the feeling like both hands are being grabbed. That both hands are grabbed. You're gonna take one side out this way, and then with this hand, you're gonna extend over the top. Both hands extending this way. So you're standing like this. You slide out with extension here, and then coil this movement over the top, and take a second step that way. Roll out to the side, and then coil over this way. Yeah, give it a try. This is like a tenshi nage, but in terms of practice, this is done as a warm-up. Yeah, that's it.
Michael?
Yeah.
Can I see the hands again? I couldn't quite see it clearly.
I'm in this position. The thumb's pointing
Yeah.
up this way. You can even do that way actually, but in this case like this, you come out this way, and then from here just keep the hands as is. You can also open slightly and keep the pressure in. Right. You're working kind of in this. Yeah, that's it. So in that kind of position. You can do that way too actually. That way. Yeah.
Yeah, clearer. Thank you.
Good. Yeah, that's it. Good. Good. Okay, and then we'll do the opposite side. So you're gonna have the feeling now grounding again and really grabbing here. So really with us now with strongly grabbing into the joint. So in this case, the weakness in the grip, again, it's not the front and it's not in. And it's not pushing in, it's to the side. So this is where the shoulder, if I'm in this kind of position strongly, the shoulder joint's very weak in this direction. So strong here, strong back, but very weak here. Yeah? So in this case, you're going to exploit this weakness in yourself. You're going to roll it out this way. And then in this case, this hand, the back hand, is going to coil all the way over the body. This. When the stretch back this way. Yeah, so you're in this position. Really have a sense of grabbing strongly. Yeah, and then find the weakness in the shoulder. Roll it out, and then coil over the back. So rolling out. Roll over the top of your spine. So the fingers technique is like the wave, the extension is a wave that rides over the top of the spine. In this case here, the movement comes over the top of the body. This way. Yeah, give it a try.
Okay, good. So we'll move on to a technique. So we'll look at Ikkyo. In this case, you're going to look at it as if it's a katatedori. So what you're going to do is have the jo in the front hand, front foot, just like this. So just about near the end, this way, front foot here. Okay. So just like a katatedori, I'm going to slide out with the left hip, and I'm going to take with the right hand. Then I'm going to open to the left side, taking with the right hand this way. This way. I'm just focused on this movement first, so just this. You're just going to coordinate out the whole body. This, this. Have a sense in this hand also of extension out this way. Okay, so you're here, extension, and take down that way. So in the front hand, open the hip, curling over. Opening the hip, curling over this way. Yeah, give it a try. Just the very first blend to the side. Uh-huh. That's it. Good. Good. Okay, good. Okay, and in this case, try and really have a sense that the stick is kind of attached to the center of the partner. So it's as if the grip, the line of this is attached to the center of the partner. What I don't want to do is pull the stick away. So in the same sense, when I do the katatedori, what I don't want to do is pull the arm as I go. What I want to do is actually a movement that's just around the person this way. So what I'm looking to do is actually connect into the person's center line this way and not pull the arm away. So in this case, this is separating and escaping. And what I want to do in a sense is connect to the center line of the person, roll to the side this way. So what I'm looking to is keep the connection with the center through the grip and connect with extension here. Yeah. Actually, if you've got a table that's kind of hip high, this is ideal. So something like this that you can actually rest the stick on, and then you coil to the side this way. Coil to the side this way. So really a sense of this as you go, but not in a sense of pulling out to the side. Yeah, just a few more. We go a bit further. A table is good. You can just rest it on it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good. And if you've not got a table, just use a kind of extension to keep the contact. Yeah, great. Yeah, exactly. Great. Yeah, exactly. Super. Good. Okay, so the next step, you're going to be here. You curl off to the side. Oh. Yeah, okay, good. So you curl off to the side here, and then what you're going to do is take with the right hand here, and then you're going to curl it all the way over. So with the hip here, and then I find the other hand here. In this case, rolling down this way. From here, curling to the back, and then coiling up through the body this way. Taking the second hand here onto the elbow joint, closing it in, and then just pressing down, just this far. So you're in this position, sliding out. Find this second spiral here. With both hands, take the grip, and then apply the hip work down. Yeah, give it a try. That's it. That's it.
Good. And the very final step, just from here, curling to the side, opening out here, finding the ground down, and then taking this last step in this way, with strong extension here. So curling to the side, rolling over the top, drawing down, applying the hip, and then stepping in deeply to the back side. So here, to the side, curling, rolling down, and then stepping through. Yeah, give it a try. So the full ikkyo. Katatedori ikkyo. Motte. Oh. Good. Yeah, good. Good. Okay, good. You're going to try the other side now. So in this case, you're going to have the jaw down, as if in a jokamai. Here, and you're going to really have a sense of, again, grabbing and grounding the grab. So with a sense of really in the ground here. Strongly. Now the feeling in this case is as if the stick gets sticking out this side. So the weakness in the grip in this case still strong in this direction, but very weak here, weak in this angle. So in this case, it's this way here. Now in this case, what's going to happen is that this side of the jaw is going to roll over the top of the shoulder. You're going to make this kind of arc in this way. Yeah. So really grab strongly, and then really have a feeling as if it gets drawn out this way. And then from here, the back side of the jaw rolls over and allow yourself to really arc and spiral from the hips here, this way. Just go this far. So it's here, grab, really with a sense of strength here. Rolls out, and then here, curl over this way. Really curling through the joint. Just go this far. Yeah. Yeah, give it a try. So grabbing, you get taken out of balance, and then rolled over your own spine. Yeah, give it a try. Okay, good. Okay, and in terms of what I don't want to do with the nuki is I don't want it to be stiff. So even though I use power, I don't want to stiffen the joint. So I want to use power, but I don't want to stiffen. So be strong, but also be flexible. So in this case, what can happen is if I'm too strong here, or if I'm too tense here, as this comes over, this grinds against the wrist. If I'm too strong in the elbow, it grinds against the elbow. And if I present a really flat, straight arm, as the pressure's applied, it goes straight into the joint. And then it goes straight into the shoulder. So what I want to do in order to protect myself is keep a strong extension through the arm. So I'm actually constantly arcing through the joint here. And I'm allowing the center to receive the movement, and not the arm. So if the arm receives, it goes, and then goes into the joint of the shoulder. But if the center receives the movement, I'm actually proactive in my ukemi. So I'm able to respond to the movement much more efficiently. I really have a sense of flexibility here, curling from the joint, curling from the spine, and not allowing the joint to lock. Yeah, and then just take it as far as you can in this case, all the way over. That's it. Good, good. We'll do one more form. This is based on Shomenikyo. So, in this case, you're going to start a little bit differently. You're going to be right on the tip of the jaw. So just about here, somewhere near the top. There. Yeah. In this case, you're going to perform the Shomenuchi like this way. Okay? So this is striking in here. And what you're going to do is cut the whole thing down into the body this way. Yeah? So again, just practice this very first movement. Yeah, striking in here and then cutting down with the body. So you're in this position, rolling in, and then everything cuts down. Here. You end up in a very deep squat here with the body. In, cut down. Let's try and blend it together. In, cutting down. Really a strong sense of extension here. So here, striking in, cutting down. Yeah, give it a try. Like a Shomenuchi Nikyo. This is an Urawa. Yeah. Good. That's it. Okay, you've got it. So what you're going to do now is, from this position, curl in, cut down, and then you're going to curl over the hand this way, all the way over, and you're going to take in this way. Here, and you're going to place the tip of the jaw into the ground. What you want to do is curl into the joint, curl over, and then apply down into it. Yeah? I've got this bamboo rod because it's quite flexible. It means I can press into the ground with it. So in this case, what I'm doing is rolling into it, and then with the center, pressing, finding the connection, and then pressing into it. Yeah? With the jaws they're a bit more durable, a bit more stiff, so try not to press too much. But here, curl in, over, connect into the joint, press into the ground, and then curl over. With the center, pressing down with the center, this way. Yeah, and then release it. So curl in, cut down, find the connection, press into the ground, and then apply the pressure with the center. So cut in, press, collect, down, press in the center. Yeah, give it a try. So like a Shomenuchi Nikyo. That's it. Ay. Ay. Whoa. Okay, the other side, last few minutes. So, you're going to take the Joe now like this, so somewhere kind of in the middle, well, just above the center here. In this case, you're going to respond to the Shomanuchi this way. So the protection against the Shomanuchi is to blend across this way. Again, using the center to absorb this way here. Now, in this case, this arm is going to get cut down, and you blend with it this way. Yeah, the arm gets trapped. Now, in this case, you're going to use this hand to take the Joe, and you're going to apply the Nikyo on yourself here. So the joint's like this now. So if the Joe is against the wrist here, keep the connection, and then you're going to just apply it down on yourself. This is tricky. You've got to apply it with the hand, and you've got to affect yourself with the center. Yeah. So when the joint's affected, what I need to do is drop the center down into the movement. So don't apply it and move the hand. Apply it and move the joint. Move the center line. Yeah. In this case, like this, you protect yourself here. This way, the joint comes all the way over. Here, it gets locked. Take the Joe, apply the Nikyo, and then receive with the center line, with the center. Okay. So you protect, it rolls over. Here, the joint's locked, and then pressure's applied. Yeah, give it a try. Okay. Just one point about the Ukemi. It's very dangerous for me. Here, in this case, if I stay disconnected here, so this in this way disconnected, and then the joint is locked, and then the technique's applied. If I'm in this kind of position, I'm basically exposed by my back, and in terms of awareness, I have no idea what's going on in this part of my body. So in this case, my awareness is gone, and my back is exposed. This is the worst kind of position I want to be in. So, in terms of protecting myself as an uke, I want to really move with an instinct. My feeling in this case is to slip out and strike with the backhand. So my feeling is to move, absorb, and then continue my attack straight through with the grip. So in this case, you move, and then I'm actually looking for a position where I can find an escape. Now in this case, the technique is applied before I can really get that. But my feeling is to go into it, and then the technique is applied at that point. So as I'm about to continue my attack, the technique is applied, and that's when the technique comes on in this case. Yeah. So in this case, keep connected throughout the technique. And I'm actually doing it in a way to protect myself and continue my attack. So this happens, and then this happens, and then this happens. And then I'm locked in, and then the technique happens. Yeah? Keep going. Good, good, good. So you can really try this against yourself as well. In terms of what I don't want to do as a nuke is resist. So it's not even like resistance is bad, but I don't want to really resist in a sense that if the joint's locked, I need to know that the joint's locked and I need to be able to move the parts that are free to move. In this case, if I resist against the joint, here against the wrist in particular, as I apply tension, it actually makes the technique much worse. So you'll know that all the beginners that come to dojo when you do Nikyo the first time, they scream in pain because they start to resist at the point of the connection. Now this point is not, I can't resist it, but what I can do is mobilize the center to absorb. In this case, really try the last few minutes, really apply the technique to yourself, and really get a sense that resistance won't work. It won't do it. So what I need to do in this case is really collapse in through the center this way. So just try the last few minutes, really have a sense of applying the technique on yourself. So really get a sense of that. Fighting resistance won't really work. Here, what I need to do is keep the joint relaxed and then absorb myself into it. Yeah. So really just try that. Have a sense of melting around the movement. This isn't a way to protect yourself, not to give the technique to the person. Yeah. Okay, just the very last few minutes, just really slow, just for the rip. Just roll in the jaw this way. Just very slow. Just trying to trying to put space back into the joint. We're trying to open it up and extend it. Soft. Also playing with the fingers, opening them out. Just really looking to give some space back into the joint. Yeah, good. Changing sides. That's it. Playing with the fingers as well. Good. And then just passing it between the two. Just check all the joints are kind of free, relaxed. Good. Good. And then just go into a slight spiral. Keep it slow. Yeah, just check all the joints, especially the shoulder, the elbow. Everything's nice and free. Keep the space in all the joints. That's it. Good. Okay. Very nice. So we'll take a bow. If you've got any questions at all, free to ask. Hey. Domo arigatou gozaimasu.
Domo arigatou gozaimasu.
Great. Thanks a lot.